Every pony does love surprises.
What? You know what they say, Moby. What goes up must come down. Things fall toward the ground because of gravity. What is gravity? Gravity is a force that pulls objects together. Earth's gravity pulls everything downward. It's the force that keeps us on the ground. Without gravity, everything on our planet would just float away. Mass is the amount of matter in something. Since all things are made up of matter, all things have mass. But some things have greater mass than others. Objects with greater mass have a stronger force of gravity. Your ball has mass. But Earth's mass is much, much greater. When you throw a ball up in the air, Earth's gravity pulls it down. That's why the ball falls down toward the ground. What is gravity like on the moon? The moon has less mass than the Earth. So the force of gravity on the moon doesn't feel as strong. That's why astronauts can jump really high on the moon, but they can't float off because gravity will pull them back down. On Earth, the force of gravity is stronger, so you can't jump as high. Hey, no fair. Weight is the measure of how heavy something is. Weight measures how much gravity is pulling on an object. On the moon, gravity's pull doesn't feel as strong as it is on Earth. A kid who weighs 65 pounds on Earth would weigh only about 10 pounds on the moon. That's about the same weight as a small dog. While the weight of an object would be different on the moon, an object's mass would stay the same. A kid with a mass of 30 kilograms on Earth would have a mass of 30 kilograms on the moon. You have the same amount of matter wherever you are in the universe. What is gravity like in other places in our solar system? Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. It has the greatest mass. The gravitational pull of Jupiter is a lot stronger than the gravitational pull of the Earth. If you weighed 65 pounds on Earth, you'd weigh about 150 pounds on Jupiter. That's about the same weight as a washing machine. Pluto is a dwarf planet far out in our solar system. Its mass is pretty small, and it has a weaker gravitational pull. If you weighed about 65 pounds on Earth, you'd weigh only 5 pounds on Pluto. That's about the same weight as a sack of flour. In space, astronauts still feel Earth's gravity even though they're far away. But things float and seem weightless. That's because the astronauts, the shuttle, and everything inside are actually falling in space. When you drop a box of fruit, it falls. Everything inside the box falls too, so the fruit float around. When an astronaut drops an apple in space, it also falls. You just can't tell because the astronaut and the ship are falling too. Earth's gravity keeps us on the ground. So remember, Moby, what goes up must come down. Where do you think it'll come down? What do two oceans say when they meet? Nothing. They just wave. I know, it's so hot. Feels like 1,000 degrees in here. Okay, it's not really 1,000 degrees. What is heat? Heat is a kind of energy, like sound and light. You may not always see heat, but you sure can feel it. And our bodies can make heat too. But many animals can't make their own body heat, so they rely on the sun to stay warm. The sun gives off heat and warms the earth. The temperature tells you how hot or cold something is. Oh, that's a thermometer. A thermometer is a tool that measures how much heat something has. This thermometer measures in degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. The temperature outside is 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius. That's even warmer than me. People have a normal body temperature of around 98 degrees Fahrenheit. So, where do we get heat from? The sun isn't the only thing that gives us heat. When we go camping, we build a fire to stay warm. And when we have barbecues, we burn charcoal to cook our food. And our stove at home burns gas. Wood, coal, and gas are all fuels that we burn to get heat and energy. Things that use electricity also give off some heat. Well, our computer gets pretty warm after it's been on for a while. And so does our TV. I can think of another way to make heat. What is friction? When I first learned to skateboard, I had a hard time slowing down, but now it's really easy for me. All I have to do is drag my foot on the ground to create friction. Friction is a force that slows down moving things. And it also creates heat. Remember last year when we went camping with Grandpa? You started a fire by rubbing two sticks together really fast. The friction caused the sticks to warm up and burn. Yeah, those were good marshmallows. Well, my marshmallows tasted good. Yeah, your marshmallows were burnt. How can heat change things? We use heat to cook food. We're definitely going to need to cook that. And heat can change the way food looks. And the way it tastes. Hey, the ice cream is melting. The oven baked the apple pie, and now the hot apple pie is turning the ice cream into a liquid. I bet if we put the ice cream back in the freezer, it'll turn solid again. You can take heat away from something and make it change too. I wish there was a way to take heat away from our classroom. It's boiling in here. Can you make some pancakes with that? Did you hear about the electrician's wild guess? It was shocking.